Hey guys, welcome to my in-home nav station. Just like on the boat, except a lot more comfortable, a lot faster Wi-Fi, and a lot more data. Today I'll be talking a little bit about how we use data on Team State Street Marathon Sailing to solve our problems. At home, it's a lot easier than on the boat, I can assure you. With fast Wi-Fi and a good connection, you can download basically an entire weather model for the planet. Right here, we're looking at an app called Windy. This is an incredibly data-rich app, which essentially, if you scale back, you can see an active weather model with every high and low pressure system all over the planet. We'll focus on the northeastern part of the United States today. We'll come back to that in a second. So, as part of our race team and racing experience with data, our first major layer of information comes from weather modeling and understanding what's going on in the natural world around us. That's our arena, and that's the big factor in determining where we can sail, at what angle we can sail, what direction we can sail, given that sailboats are powered by the wind. Drilling down into a higher level of performance than what the arena is giving us, we have a whole series of data based on the sailboat. So, in terms of performance data on the sailboat, we have a whole myriad of instruments that put out streams of data about speed and angle and how the wind's hitting the boat and how far the boat's tipping over and how much pressure there is on a rudder, how much the rudder's turning. We basically have as many measurements as you can possibly think of on a mechanical object that's giving us feedback and being recorded the whole time, much like a modern race car or Formula One car or an airplane. All of that data gets compiled every day by our data analyst team and put out into a report where we can really start to dig into and study different factors and different important elements that we really want to increase our finite analysis on, make improvements, and constantly conduct a science experiment. Before each race, we really drill back down into the weather. So hour by hour, weather change by weather change, what exactly is going on? And just as our data analysis for the boat performance data create reports, and we look at those reports intently, we also have outside weather assistance by weather experts that are providing forecasts, much like a financial forecast for a market or any dynamic on the planet that is involving forecasting these days. The weather is no different, powered by huge supercomputers that initialize the model once a day in varying parts of the world. We then analyze those models and poke hole in the theory, poke hole in the science experiment. Why at 2 p.m. in Annapolis, Maryland, at Kent Island, is the wind direction changing from 340 to 020? So that's a magnetic direction on a compass. Well, why is that breeze changing? Well, we're going to drill back down into the data. We're going to look at what factors are going on from a sunshine standpoint, from a temperature standpoint, from a water temperature standpoint, and from a meteorological standpoint as to why that change would be happening. So essentially, we're constantly analyzing data on the sailboat. On the sailboat, instead of a quick Wi-Fi connection and a nice laptop, we are on an iPad that is connected to the boat's computer via a mirroring app, and we can use the equivalent of 3G to 4G data download, where we can get one high-resolution model, again, drilling down into the data, looking at the exact time we want, what model we want, how many hours it's going to give us a prediction for, the resolution, etc., etc. We then initialize that model. We start the download. Again, we're hooked up to in-home Wi-Fi, so that model comes quickly. And once we have that model on the boat in a waterproof case, this iPad is our link to live data. We're going to watch that model play out over time. And again, try to poke holes in the science experiment. So sailing is just one big giant sailing experiment with highs and lows and large buckets of data to analyze. And we can't do it all on our own. So we have a great team that helps us with that. Jan Meyer on our technical data analysis and weather analysis. Chelsea on our weather team. And Francesca and I pore over the data every day, whether it's coming from the sailboat or coming from the weather models. We're always constantly looking for an edge. And we're using that edge to create a strategy, create a plan, and execute that plan, and hopefully winning the race. So, hey, Camber, you ready to go for a sail? Yeah, he's ready. I don't really rely on him much for strategy. We trust the data. Thanks.